Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. Time is 8 o'clock. All committee members are present. I would like to call the meeting to order, starting with the approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next up is the approval of the minutes from October 21st, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, first action item is budget amendments and transfers. Ms. McLean.
Yes, good morning, committee members. In your board packet, there were amendments and transfers for most of all of our funds. This is the first amendment we've done to the original budget for this year. We had some additional state funds that come in, which is very normal after our initial budget, having amendments to state dollars as the year progresses. I don't know if you all have any questions about any of them. You will also see some an amendment on our capital budget. We usually go back after the audit to make sure there weren't any adjustments that we need to make after the audit is completed and we have all those funds reconciled. Sometimes we have to make slight adjustments just for reconciling differences between our books and the county books. So you'll see a capital amendment that's related to that. And then you'll see some significant transfers on state. Those state transfers are from our restart transfer that we do every year, our VIF transfer that we do, and some CTE transfers. But overall, that's high level on really what you have in your packet. If there's any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
Any questions from the committee? Hearing none, need a motion to send it to the full board.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next up is transportation activity bus purchase. Mr. Moore.
So yes, you've got in front of you a memo where we're requesting to purchase 2 additional activity buses. We've got 2 buses that the repairs far exceed the current value of the buses. We've got quotes from 3 vendors. White's International is the low bidder at $297,600. We have the funds from some sales of some other buses that we made over the since July. So we have the funding in place to replace those buses.
Mr. Moore, what's the need to replace? Like, what kind of repairs do these buses need?
Both of the buses, when we got them up on the jacks, put them up on the lifts, they just basically are rusted out on the bottom. I mean, the frames are beyond use. We'd have to replace the frames, and to do that would far exceed just what the value of those buses are.
And the buses we're replacing, are they currently being used? Or are they?
No, they're not usable. They brought in to make the repairs, and that's when we realized how extensive the damage was, or how extensive the repairs are. Those buses, incidentally, are 2009 and a 2008, 2009 buses.
And
there is a need for these, right?
What we get out of our activity buses?
Pardon me?
Is that generally what we get out of an activity bus?
Yes.
For years?
It depends. Some last longer than others. These are relatively old. They've got some, yeah.
And there is a need for these? Like, these would go in as part of our activity bus rotation or be assigned to certain schools, or?
They'd be back in our activity bus rotation. We have a high demand for activity buses in the spring with both athletics and field trips. So we are pretty much tapped out on our activity buses, especially during the spring.
Is there any special training as we get these new buses that our drivers have to go through? I know that some of them have different cameras, different brakes, anything that we put our drivers through?
No, I've actually confirmed with Mr. Joyner this morning that White's International is a vendor that we've used quite often before. So our drivers and our mechanics are both familiar with their buses.
Any other questions for Mr. Moore? Hearing none, I entertain a motion to send recommendation to the full board?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Next up is 2026 State Teacher Supplement. Ms. McLean.
Yes, as I have in the past couple of years, this is the state supplement payment that we receive from DPI. Each year it varies slightly in the dollar amount, just depending on the funding the state dedicates to this. This current year will be $962. We usually pay that payment out once a year to our teachers and instructional support staff in their last check in May. So now that we have confirmation of the dollar amounts, I wanted to bring this to you all for approval.
Ms. McLean,
have-
how close it looks like there's several districts on here that don't get any of this funding. How close are we to not getting any funding?
There are a lot of factors. When we first started receiving these funds, initially there were only 5 districts that were not included in this allotment distribution, but it does have to do with your property taxes and any effort that the local is making towards your supplements on whether or not you continue to receive these funds. It's a complicated formula that DPI does every year, and that's part of the reason why we pay this out once a year, so that if for some reason, we do fall out of eligibility, we can make adjustments as needed. But, as time has gone on, there have been other districts based on with the tax base in those counties that have now determined that they are no longer eligible to receive these funds.
So how many? So it was 5 and now it's,
Looks like it's 7 if I'm counting right.
Yeah, Asheville, Buncombe is now on this list. Durham, Forsyth, Wake, CMS, Guilford, all of those were original. They were in the Big 12. So they were original, not receiving these, but it does look like Buncombe County and Asheville City Schools have now fallen off this list, and they were originally included.
and the amounts all decided by the state.
Yes, like when I say it's a complicated formula, it's this big formula that they utilize to determine what the amount is and whether or not you qualify.
And who gets it is all determined by the state.
Yes,
Okay.
using that formula.
And basically it's anybody on the certified teacher pay scale?
This list that you see here is the same list we have always used for our supplements. The state provides any state funded supplements to anyone that is instructional support and teachers on that same salary schedule.
And the state, they're the General Assembly is who decides what position falls within, right? The certified teacher pay scale?
Yes, all of the positions and the pay scales they're assigned to is part of the budget bill every year, and is included in legislation. Yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to send to the full board.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next up is 2027 budget calendar. Hard to believe we're already there.
I know. I put this together just with some general dates and updated some things TBD for any additional meetings that you all might want to list. But this kind of gives you your timeline of, as you all know, we've started gathering information now and working on the budget process, when the approvals come and what meetings we will have. So I would just ask that you all approve it, but we can always amend it if we need to later.
Any questions or additions to the document in front of us? Hearing none, I'll entertain a
Shauna,
motion to send-
Sorry,
ahead.
real quick. This is general guidance and in line with all years past, right? Like
Yeah.
no additional lines, generally around the same time frame.
Yes, it's this. I backed up the beginning parts a little bit because I wanted to start working on pulling some things together, knowing that we would have, some potential loss of funding with federal and some of the things we've talked about. But other than that, everything else on there is the same as it's been in years past.
All right. Is there any? So I see we are first with the BOCC February, March. So that's coming up. Do we need to? I would think we should probably do something different than we have in the past. So I don't know if we need additional meetings or what, but like, so we meet with them February, March, and then
I'll take this one.
when's not again until May. Go ahead, Dr. Hulian.
Yeah, so Chairman Benson and I have had a lengthy conversation about this, and right now it's all TBD. We would like to engage between both board liaisons first, with the Board of County Commissioner Chair and Vice Chair, as well as our liaisons, Chairman Benson and Vice Chair Helms, and start with that first as some conversations, and then determine whether or not we're going to have a joint meeting or if we're going to have a different format for that. So that's going to be the starting point, and we're working to schedule those conversations as we speak.
Okay, thank you.
No other questions? I entertain a motion.
Yep, so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Our next meeting is February the 24th via Zoom at 8 a.m. And I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.